Did Army Sergeant Bowe Bergdhal walk away from his unit in Afghanistan? That was the conclusion of a Pentagon investigation back in 2010. And a former senior defense official says after an initial search, the U.S. government decided to pursue negotiations. That track led to Bergdhal's release over the weekend in exchange for 5 terror suspects who had been held at Guantanamo Bay. They're now in Qatar. Bergdhal is recovering in a German hospital. And tonight, a soldier who served with him is telling CNN that that desertion was pre-planned.
Me and a lot of other people think that it was pre-planned. It wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment thing. He was planning it out and then made it happen.
Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel says those issues will be dealt with later. Meanwhile, the controversy is raging tonight over the exchange itself. Does it set a dangerous precedent? And will the war on terror and terror suspects, will they be heading back into battle? 24-Hour News 8's Heather Walker is here tonight with a reaction from your lawmakers and from a West Michigan native who was one of the first U.S. women to be held as a POW. Heather?
Brian, this is definitely a hot topic that brings up lots of debate here.
I'm certainly not supportive of what happened. We're dealing with negotiating with terrorists, and it's not a good thing.
Republicans were quick to condemn the move by the White House starting yesterday with outgoing intelligence chairman Mike Rogers, followed now by West Michigan's Fred Upton and Bill Huizenga. They're concerned about the repercussions and upset that Congress wasn't notified before the decision was made.
So even our allies in Afghanistan were not notified, were not worked with, were not even apparently thought of.
Kind of goes against what the United States has always stood by as far as not negotiating with terrorists. But I don't know, I'm kind of torn on it.
Melissa Rathbun Neely, now Melissa Rathbun Coleman, a Nuevo native, was captured by the Iraqi army during Operation Desert Storm more than 20 years ago. She was held in a Baghdad prison.
I can't even imagine what he's been through in these 5 years. I was only in for 33 days, and it's just such a blessing that he was released.
At the same time, she, like many others, are concerned about the precedent this exchange has set.
I believe it could be used as a negotiating tactic now to maybe incite more captures and to try to negotiate more release of the Taliban.
The other concern is what these 5 men labeled as terrorists will do now that they've been released. There are some questions about the circumstances of Bergdhal's capture. Coleman says she's reserving any judgments because she was considered AWOL until her release.